Yeah. I come to you on the 16th day of the second month of the 2026 campaign. I hope everyone had a sexy, comfortable, outrageous, and contagious Valentine's Day. Maybe you got your balls cracked. Maybe your ovaries got excited. Maybe, whatever it was, man, woman, I don't know. Whatever you did on your Valentine's Day. I got my Valentine's gift from Sue Ellen, my usual championship hat from the National Fix-It League, one from my collection and one from my wearing of my noggin, which is on my head right now. As we are commercial music-free sponsored podcast, man, I do play music once in a while. I do have a Snowflake song by half a beef stew. So that was triggered. Called me a snowflake. It's a snowflake in Sarasota. It's got some good stuff in there. I just typed in his name in there, and I didn't really, I didn't realize that JJ was the first 2026 video of the year so far with JJ with New York Daniel. I told Karl to have him call the show. I don't know if you'll call the show. But it was an epic video calling out New York Daniel, because I listened to this one yesterday. You could tell he was a little triggered on it. So I don't listened to 10 minutes of that one. Didn't realize he was actually outside his house with his camera, kind of like Beef Stew was, the stalker from stalking. I don't know if these people are stalking now. It's like me going to Wonder Hussy's house with people done, knocking on a window. It's like, hey girl. No, it doesn't work that way. I stalk whoppers, heavy all. I stalk work, content. Our men and women in the armed forces, they stalk freedom for you. They're on that wall, as they say, right? All the wars, one was supposed to end all war, but then he decided to invade Poland September 1st. Japanese got pissed because of the oil embargo. We got dragged in Pearl Harbor. Oh yeah, we always had to band together. We all cared about each other and stormed those beaches, snapped the necks of those crowds, and freed those Jews who were sent to America and returned back to be slaughtered in cold blood. It's a fact, Jack. Catholic community didn't care. Rat line. Yep. Know all about that behavior and blue laws. Crime scenes. Start burning to the ground. But yes, too, when they capitulation September 2nd, 1945 in Japan, on the Mighty Mighty Mo said they were sorry. For all that behavior. We had to have forgotten war, which was really stupid. Vietnam, 58,000 plus in Vietnam, a lot of collateral damage with Agent Orange. Draft dodge up in the hill. Bill Clinton as well. They sent men and women to their deaths. Not a good war for nothing. Longest war. Little got done. But there's a lot of American. I've been to Vietnam. A lot of American presence there. In theory, won the war. Americanized. Vietnam's a beautiful country. Just like Venezuela could be a great country too. And the hunch decided to invade Venezuela. Tried to do his own Hitler behavior. Victims, line in war. No blood for oil, but it is what it is. Oil makes the world go around. Start getting 100 miles a gallon with this kind of behavior. These brave men and women in the armed forces, they have balls the size of ovaries the size of ovaries. Up in the sky, out at sea, in the desert, everywhere. You know who you are. We appreciate your service. The Air Force, the Army, and the Marines, and the Navy, and the Merchant Coast Guard that you're not in uniform. Volunteer Army, thank you for this country. Though we don't have anything on. I'm just speaking German, Japanese, if we didn't succeed serving those beaches. Thank you for your service. Very, very much. I've never served. I would. I watched the movie Red Dawn, the first one. I pick up a weapon, stand a post. Maybe storm Mar-a-Lago with the hunch, you know. He speaks one language, the language of money. Would you shower in the shower at Penn State? That's a poor choice. Beef Stew said he would shower in the shower at Penn State, just like with Sven Johnson. He shall not be named, who died a feeble, angry old man. One of my biggest haters. I miss him dearly. He said he would shower in the shower at Penn State, lather up. He said, not a big deal. Happened a long time ago. I'm listening to Biles and her behavior, her Olympic behaviors, the gymnastics out there. Crowley, he's dead. She should be deported. Michigan guy should be executed. But don't shower in the shower at Penn State. Catholic churches should be burned to the ground. Crowley's facility should be burned to the ground in H-Town. Burned to the ground. Crime scene. Your choices in life. You run within life. I don't want poor people. I live well, work well. If you don't like two men having consensual grunting and growing sex, I get it. To me, it's $40 right now. Put one on. Preventing AIDS, herpes, gonorrhea, and the penis. All this behavior right there. When you put one of those condom on, because whores back seat behind Vegas, sluts on the couch, make love in the bed. But you don't be the father, child. You don't want them to give you all that diseases. Friends with benefits are fun till the benefit is a disease or a child. Adoption's the option. A pumper full and the knock on the door. This is your child. Now, next 18 years, you're paying out for a one-night stand. Made the good choice. But if you're going to watch two women have sex, that's not a very Christian thing to be doing. Nope. We must steal man to offense. The women, you will carry the groceries. Marry before you carry, as they say now. Marry before you carry. The father runs off. Simone Biles, all four of the three other siblings were adopted because mom was a drug addict. It's fun to have me and smile, but filthy, dirty, screaming, hollering, hair pulling sex. It's great. Screaming, hollering, your hair's on fire. It's great. I mean, I was a whore when I was young. Hell yeah. A filthy, dirty little slut. No children that I know of, and no diseases. Spread my seed liberally well into my 30s. Banged a lot of good waitresses. Even a couple in the cooler. I was a whore. It was fun. It was one chick who was an overnight girl. With all the effing in the bed in the back there, and we had at it with the time of our lives. The time of our lives. But always make good choices in your life. Another thing is, if you're going to be out drinking, if you don't start drinking, I'm going to leave, as they say, right? As George Thorogood says, he sings that song. People get all excited. He goes, thanks for liking the song, sophisticated lyrics. If you don't start drinking, I'm going to leave. If you're going to leave, don't drink and drive. Call some emergency, pick the phone. Too much to drink. It's a good, until you realize making poor choices, you're never ever going to fix what's going on. You say, I made a mistake. No, you made a poor choice. Then you're going to fix it. But call someone, pick up the phone. I mean, hey, too much to drink. I don't call JJ. Call Eric Daniel. Call his mom to see if he can come pick you up. Call Beef Stew if you get away from Sarasota. Whatever. Before we get to the Daytona finish, I thought it was great. Bosco on my face, watching the last time after I did it live stream. This one is called, it's a pretty good song. I just wrote it. I typed in this. It's called Snowflake in Sarasota. I typed in Beef Stew, and I typed in Fork in the Road from YouTube. So I went out and got him. It's called Snowflake in Sarasota. Here we go. It's for you, Beef Stew.
Sarasota, melting down over someone you don't know. Yeah, walking the road, but you circle the train, calling it love while you hide your own name. Snowflake in Sarasota, turn up the feet, go and find your own. Yeah. You track his every upload like it's breaking news, but he wouldn't know your face if he walked past you. You shout into the void, hope it makes him stay. But notice me, never learn to say your real name. You're just a snowflake in Sarasota, melting down over someone you don't know. Yeah, fucking the road, but you circle the train, calling it love while you hide your own name. Snowflake in Sarasota, turn up the feet, go and find your own. Yeah, find your
It's a very good song. It's got some great lines in there. It says, you won't know your face if you walk past you. You shout into the void, hoping makes you stay. To know if you never learn to say your real name, you're a snowflake. It's a great. Never trust a skinny chef. Wait, maybe I'll play this one later. Never trust a skinny chef. I love that line. Anyways, you guys, that was for beef stew. Clay, that was triggered because he said I was overweight. We ate ourselves last time, and she goes, "Get on the scale." I went, okay. I said I was told I was fat in the chat room by him, but I'm like, yeah, okay, no. I mean, he doesn't. This. I mean, what's his name? Let's just say joke around. KC Grits triggers when you start yelling and hollering and threatening, whatever else. I mean, I gave him a big leeway in there. Any other live stream would have blocked his ass. Any other one. But the Tyler Reddick Daytona, oh my word. So I watched the first 10 laps of it, right? I mean, I'm whatever. I mean, I'm not a big dead. I like Senior. He's obviously dead. I understand it's a very fast race. You got to see it live. I'd love to go there for 2 weeks and just start drinking. I want to bring some marijuana and just smoke geef the whole 2 weeks and bring some Grain Belt beer down there and just have the time of my life. And, you know, have someone has a pull behind. My next neighbor's got one next door, and he goes, if you ever want to use it, let me know, you can have it, you know, because he has a pull. It's an old pull. And, you know, go with somebody. Let's say I knew the Huss or something, somebody like I knew her or somebody, and I'd go with somebody down there. It'd be a gas. And I'm watching that last night. I got Bosco, the Costco kid. He's sitting on my face. Like I'm trying to watch. So he was on the bed. She was watching hockey. And you can come back. I said, no, I'm going to watch the rest of this with him. So he was laying on me. So I'm trying to get him off my face. He's laying on me, purring. So finally, So when the beauty of it is when that last lap, I think the second turn, they had the accident, and I'm like, I stood up, and they let him go. And I thought that was the greatest thing in the world. They didn't bring out the caution, and then he made the move. Tyler did, and he's like Michael Jordan's boy, right? And he went down low, and he had freedom. And the guys behind him got cut off. All of a sudden, they got just ripped in half, and it was kind of an anticlimactic because he was not really a nobody. I don't really know who he is, but because he's Michael Jordan. But it was just unbelievable, insane ending of the Daytona 500. I was like, oh my word, that was epic as hell. Because there was a lot of people that had that chance to win that thing at the end there. And I told her, I said, there's going to be, because they had a caution at the end, and that kind of reset everybody. And the Toyotas were heading out in front, and so I've always said the last 10 to 20 laps are fun in NASCAR. Like I said, go down to Florida and watch it. I mean, not Florida, like Arizona, where I've been twice. Mother the bitch, and had a great time both times. If I was an RVer, I would go to a lot of NASCAR ones. I'd probably, skip the small one. But it'd be fun to go to Tailgate. You get your RV place, and you bring your beer. And I know that Walmart brings their own store, and you can get everything right there, and you have a time of your life. Kind of like a cruise on land. So I loved it. It was absolutely hilarious. It was fun. The Daytona 500. It was like, oh my goodness. I'm like, Jesus. But I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, woo, baby boy. But I thought that was fun. I mean, I don't know. But I don't know. Some people were kind of pissed, I guess. I don't know whatever else. But some of the drivers were mad. That's what it's their dessert first, and I get it. And one thing about winning that thing too, as well, is what's this? Stephen A. Smith distanced himself from ESPN, the Four Little Curse. What's this all about? Responded to Stephen A. Smith. First take is going to pay the network, and it'll appear. But I don't know. I'd just fire his ass. He's a waste of good suffering. But the Olympics is going on in grand tradition. I see that's going on, but it was epic. I see that what Nancy Guthrie's whatever her name is, Savannah. She's pissed at the idiot Michael Jordan under fire inappropriate Daytona 500. What was that all about? Celebration, whatever he did. I mean, I don't know. He was, I guess, doing something substantial. They're not very happy, but he's an outsider, and God forbid a man of color would have to. So whatever he did, who knows? They're gonna criticize whatever he does. So. I thought it was great. That final lap was epic as hell. So congratulations that he won. I'm happy for Michael Jordan. I know when they what was that? What's this? Bad Bunny Super Bowl didn't violate, I guess. But I thought it was fun. That was, the last lap, and I guess that morning wasn't very happy. We'll never trust a skinny chef. Let's see this one. Let's see this one real quick. Let's see this one is never trust a skinny chef, shall we? This is for. 'Cause I think he's pretty obese. My boy, Beef Stew.
But his posture's sad. Plates look pretty, but they taste like mad. Give me flour on your shirt, butter on your breath. If you're counting every calorie, what you gonna test? Never trust a skinny chef. If you don't eat your own love, who will? I want fingerprints in the frosting, sauce on the silver. If you ain't licking that spoon, like poetry. Portions read like lies. All those microgreens can't cover up the dry. Give me midnight mac and cheese, cold rice, fried again. If you never burn your tongue, how you feeding friends? Never trust a skinny shit. If you don't eat your own love, who will? I want fingerprints in the frosting, sauce on the silver. If you ain't licking that spoon to the end, I'm sending it back to the left. 'Cause I never trust a skinny chef. I want seconds, thirds, stories on the stove. Laugh so hard that the soup overflows. If your joy's not dripping down your chin, down your vest, how you gonna teach my heart what comfort is? Never trust a skinny chef. If you don't eat your own love, who will? I want fingerprints in the frosting, sauce on the silver. If you ain't licking that spoon to the end, I'm sending it back to the left. 'Cause I never trust a skinny chef.
That's such a good a song. That's pretty good. It was. Oh, okay. There's a second one here, but I won't play that one. I can't. I know I'm music free, but I just had the bills up written. I don't go out and find someone else's stuff. So let me go. Anyways, that was pretty good. There's a great. What the hell is that restaurant? I was talking about 35W. They have a thing on the wall. It says "Never trust a skinny chef." I had a good friend. We go to a Chinese restaurant, and she would. Well, he would if he looked back there. He wasn't skinny. He wouldn't eat there. He would, but it's fun to troll my boy. It's always fun to a man who can't control himself gets all emotional, gets on the podcast, and swearing and cussing and screaming and hollering, acting like a total idiot and imbecile. So. I mean, the one that eats other people's food as he's going along there doesn't eat his own food. I mean, when he makes that, I asked the question. He didn't answer the question. When he makes the yellow poop, remember the yellow poop he's made? Does he just throw it away? Does he eat it? I don't know. He doesn't eat his own food, doesn't do his own effing. I don't know. If he doesn't sample his own food, he just puts it out. You watch the chefs, they're sampling their food along the way. You don't graze all day long. I had a buddy in my kitchen manager. He says he cuts up off of almonds and just eat with his fingers all day long. It's just disgusting. Like, come on, man! I'll make you an omelet. And I'll sit your ass down. I'll make you something. No, he'd be, maybe a burger they would want or something. It wasn't what they expected or something. Like they didn't eat it. Or it was a mistake or something. Someone make a mistake on something, or they would say, "Oh, I don't want that," or whatever. They change their mind. You go back and you cut it up, and I had a scarf plate around the corner, extra French fries, but I wouldn't eat other people's food. But you never trust a skinny chef. I had a chef at Hopkins House. Nice guy, but he was just the guy was obese. He would eat like 2 burgers a day. He was constantly making himself something to eat. He'd be doing inventory, and he'd be eating something. The guy was nonstop hand to mouth the whole shift with this guy. He was good. He was a damn good chef. He would make the menu up for the restaurant, and his name was Curtis, and he was cool. Like 6 foot and just about 310. Just ate like a rotund little son of a bitch, man. He ate like a pig. He was cool. But I was a dishwasher prep cook for the guy, so he was pretty cool. So he was always kind of, he was real good at the menu, making the menus and stuff. And he always had liver. He always had liver on the menu because he always had to have liver on the menu for old people. He goes, Cowboy, if you ever a kitchen manager, put that on Friday nights. And I used to think of him when I put liver on Friday nights at Perkins because we were in a Jewish area, Golden Valley, and they would come in. They loved the Jewish people loved the liver. So anytime you meatloaf on there too as well. You want for the older people, so they love liver. My mother-in-law loved liver. It makes you grill dark. Where did I see? I was at that restaurant place over there in St. Paul the other day. I walked through there and they had a nickel-plated grill. God, I'd love to have it in my house. Oh, even a pizza thing would be so cool. The ones you see on Chef Ramsay. Oh, I'd have one of those. But next lifetime, if you own pizza maker, if you had like a really nice cabin with a bunch of family members come up there and you can make pizza and maybe your nickel-plated grill rolling omelet for people, and it'd just be gas, man. If I put one in my house, I have to put a brick wall behind it because it's going to turn on fire. I love nickel-plated grills. They're the best. Anyway, so yeah, those are some music there for you, Beef Stew. The guy can't come out of control. I'll have the guy on, but he just screams and he pisses and moans. I think he reminds me a lot of Fat Boy, Papa Grizz 56, rest his soul. I think he was kicked out of school in 10th grade, and they post-dated his diploma to get him the hell out. And he just kind of became a cook and whatever, this hot dog chef making. I get this hot dog behavior. You've seen me make my hot dogs, and I get all this behavior throwing hot dogs. It's not a big deal. I get it. I've had, you throw ketchup, mustard on there, you throw some onions on there, and you eat the damn thing. I don't need a gourmet hot dog. I get it. Yeah, it's just a hot dog, for Christ's sake. I don't need all this behavior up there. Like the guy at the Home Depot, man, he would always you throw stuff on there, whatever you wanted. But this gourmet hot dog, it's a made up thing. It's a damn hot dog. I meat season mine. I do open faced, to screw around those behaviors, whatever. It's just a hot dog. If you have a hot dog maker, what do you want? Ketchup, mustard, and there you go. Shove it down your throat. Meat season the damn thing, whatever. But that's just Beef Stew. He's lonely, scared, because this kind of leads into, I didn't know what to talk about until today when Karl told me to look up JJ, and I looked up that video, and because I watched New York Daniel 10 minutes of it, and you could tell he was pissed about JJ, so I had to come way over here to Minnetonka, over here off of K-Tel Drive, and I said, okay, I'm going to come over here, and I had to drop something off, and I watched the video. I watched the one where he was poking the bear, okay, crushing it in Florida, JJ, right? So I watched that one. That was epic as hell. I had him up as a cop. And then the one where he was playing back his stuff, where he was stalking. I didn't realize that New York Daniel was stalking as bad as his uncle Beef Stew was. I didn't realize. I know he was in the middle of doing it, and I know that Morning was getting all upset and frightened about it, so I didn't follow him all the way through this behavior. And I didn't know that until I actually saw New York Daniel getting out of his car, showing Sarasota Tim's vehicle. I'm like, really? That's Beef Stew right there. And it was pretty funny how he was bitching about doxing somebody, whatever he would, because JJ showed some condo or something, whatever, right? So he was admonishing JJ, right? And bitching about Mighty Python, the Flowing Six. I think she has a live stream tonight, so he was whining, pissy, moaning, but he's the one that does the stalking. Goes a grown ass man drives down, does that JJ video is the first 2026 video of the year so far. That's the first one of the year that's gets my vote. And because it was epic, and then because you'll see how New York Dan tries to spin this, but because he's whining, pissing on about him doing this stuff, but he's a man who's just like Beef Stew, who was stalking Sarasota Tim. It's documented. I've talked about it, but I stalk Whoppers. I stalk food, and I talked to. It's just like I've talked before. You guys all know I adore Wonder Hussy. I want to see her be successful, and she says where she lives. There was some guy my age, like 4 years ago, walking around, and where I don't know how long she's been there now, 3 years, and some idiot my age was walking around that town waiting for 2 weeks to meet her. There was a guy that Edward Hubbard knew, and he liked some Denver vlogger that was in Denver all the time, and he in 3 weeks he stayed in Denver to find this YouTuber. It's like me going to North Carolina looking for a carpetbagger, or when Daily Woo was alive or something, going to Celebration, walking around looking for him. Some just strange behavior, because you can reach out and touch I've sent emails to Wandering Gypsy to tell her if she's going somewhere, give her an idea. She says thank you. I guess I can't send Helen Hunt anything. She's not going to respond back to me because she doesn't know who the hell I am. But people get so emotionally involved and connected to the YouTubers, just like the one-legged miner that lives next to the Huss. and people were knocked on his door and then walked around his whole house to look at his window. Like I told Karl, I mean, like, he's got a really cool mine he bought, and it was a really good picture. Him and his mom were in the mine. I'd knock on his door. If he wasn't there, I'd put a little, hey, listen, I'm in town, I'm in the area, give me a call, I'd like to have a tour of your mine. And I wouldn't walk around his house. I don't do that kind of behavior. It's like the Huss. Hey, I'd send her an email, hey Huss, I'm coming through your town here in a week, are you going to be around? I'd like to buy lunch. And if she says yes, okay, we'll meet. I'm not going to just walk in her house. You know, hey Huss, I'll buy you lunch in your town. Your choice. I've always promote you, and maybe we'll do a video together, whatever. But I'm surely not going to go knock on her goddamn door and then walk around the house and knock on the casita like people have done. I said, this is strange. So she talked about that, like, really? You know, I mean, come on, man. Just like with, I know one thing is I saw Blind Views had her on the thumbnail. My girl, the Modern Gypsy, is going to have her own place. Me stalking her. Same thing. It's just bizarre. But it was that JJ versus New York Daniel. That was epic as hell. That was funny. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was funny. It was just, it was. And then Karl did some about mental illness, and of course my girlfriend was on there, and she said, I'm obsessed with your girlfriend, but I just, you know, we all have mental illness, but I think Beef Stew, New York Daniel, morning, and Mighty Python, especially Beef Stew, and they don't have any friends. They have nothing to do. They have nothing that. They have no friends. Beef Stew is stuck with his gerbil and his dog named Snuggles and whatever, and just kind of hangs out in the outskirts and, you know, watches Sarasota Tim. He makes a meal for a thing, but he throws it away and he orders in Burger King or something because he doesn't eat his own food. He even said it. So when you see the meal he makes, he doesn't eat it. He throws it away. He orders out. He said he doesn't eat his own food. So his word's not mine. So I don't know. It is what it is. Good old Beef Stew, you know. But I was hoping to get JJ, but I don't think he'll call the show. Let me see if Scooter is in the building. He's kind of hard to get a hold of these days. The Scooter, I'm coming for you. Let's see if a Scooter's in the building. I reset the phone again to make sure it doesn't screw up, so. He's been kind of tough to get hold of. He's busy. Playing golf, a little bastard. Scooter. Not like Karl, who's just around and doesn't work for a living, so. Damn you, Scotty, you bastard. Oh well. Can't always get what you want, right? But that was just funny as hell. But I think my girlfriend, Mighty Python, I think she's doing a live stream tonight. So she'll be, hopefully I get a shout out from her. It'd be nice if she's going to be doing a show, Saving a Troll. But let me see here now. Let me see. Life and Vibe. Let's see if she's going to be doing a show. Mighty Python. She needs a makeover too. Those glasses, and she needs to put something on that on the behavior. So let me see. Oh yeah, falling off a cliff. 67-year-old YouTuber talks money, church, and women's skirts. Okay. Oh, so she'll go on and on tonight. Life and Vibe. Health and social media commentary. Who's a man hater? But because usually she was always about foodie beauty, you know, that obese woman. But now she's latched on to Sarasota Tim. You look at her; 98% of her videos is Sarasota Timmy. It's all there is to it. But no, it was too bad. JJ would love to have him on. It was that New York Daniel was absolutely epic video. That was so hilarious. God, it made me laugh just making fun of New York Daniel, and you could tell he was pissed. Yeah, because New York Dan crossed the line. JJ, Life and Vibes. Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Welcome.
You're live yet, are you?
What? I'm live, yes.
Oh, okay.
I love the thumbnail. I love the thumbnail he has on here. Dan crossed the line with JJ. It's I love he's got Barney in there.
Oh, is there something new that I haven't seen?
He put a new he put a it's the same one. He put him and Barney Fife in there in the thumbnail. Crushing in Flight. He did. It's just hilarious. That is my favorite video of 2026 so far. That is my favorite, by all means. That was the best. That was the best video I've ever seen in my entire life. Because you could tell New York Dan was pissed. You could tell he was mad as hell. He was mad about that behavior. So, but
well, I don't know. When you do something wrong, you should just say you're wrong and
I didn't
fill the hole back in.
I didn't realize
Don't make it bigger.
Right. I didn't realize that he actually went to his facility. Because I kind of remember when he was stalking him. New York Dan was. I didn't follow the whole thing, so I thought he was. I didn't know he actually went. I knew he was going in the area, just like Beef Stew stalking him in Walmart. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. This feeble old man, Beef Stew, never trust a skinny chef. So. It was pretty funny. I thought it was kind of hilarious. That video was JJ knocked on the park because playing back his words and bitching about him, but then showing him stalking was just. I love poking the bear. That was funny too as well. That was funny, poking the bear. That was absolutely epic as hell. So that was funny. That was hilarious. Your girlfriend, she's got a live. Are you going to be in that live stream tonight with Monty Python?
Well, yeah. Monty Python's my baby. He's tight.
Well, you'll be in there, and maybe you can live stream it on your podcast so that Beef Stew can watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Give everybody free hugs and love bombs.
That's right. I mean, Beef Stew will probably make up a third channel just so we can go in there and talk to her. But here's the whole thing: he can't control himself. That's the problem. Like he was in my live stream yesterday.
Well, the scuttlebutt is the second Beaver Cleaver is him.
I won't be surprised. I mean, he can't stay away because
he says no, but
yeah, okay. He just can't stay away. He cannot stay away from his girlfriend. If he could go to her house and be her bitch boy and help her around the house and have his trailer in her front yard in Virginia Beach and be her little house boy, if he could be her house boy for like a month in Virginia Beach, he'd be so happy because these are two loners that have a lot in common. They both have no friends, so it'd be perfect. They'd give them something to do. He'd take care of the house, the dog. She can stream nonstop. You know what I'm saying? He can cook his meal because he doesn't cook his own food. So he'll make her.
You always have weird fantasies about all these people.
Who?
You.
Well, it's called imagination. That's what it's called.
I know what it's called. I don't see that, but
well, I can see it because these people are mentally ill, and she is mentally ill. And like I've said, you're walking through the apple orchard, right? And me and you are we're easy apples to pick. New York Daniel and Beef Stew, they're on the ground. They're easy to bend over and pick up. Okay, they're just easy. They're just two loners out there. These New York Daniel, Beef Stew, and your girlfriend are just lonely people that the YouTube's her outlet, and that's just the way she is when she does these 2.5 hour streams.
I don't think either of those people are looking for anybody.
Are what?
I don't think either of those two are looking for anybody.
Well, I think Beef Stew, he would, if he could be her houseboy, he would be it. If he could live with her, to be, in in Virginia Beach, which is a nice coastal town. I've been there twice while I've been on vacation. I drove down there one day. It's a beautiful city. If he could live in her neighborhood and be her bitch boy and come over every night.
It's so disturbing on how he wants to be in her.
Oh, it's like, are you kidding me?
Wants to be in there. I'm like,
that's my whole.
What do you care? Someone's a mind. What do you care?
Because it's a 2.5 hour stream and it's at night and he has nothing else to do. He does not work for a living, Karl. So when I did my show last night, it was a 90-minute show, a little over that. He was in there the whole time talking. Like me and you were having a conversation. He was in his realm. He was like in a bar. It's like
let's be in there, but we don't kick people out.
Yeah, so he was able to say what he wanted to say, call me fat, whatever, and that's fine. And I'm triggered, and he was in his realm last night. He was, you had my girlfriend was in there.
Call you a fat snowflake.
Yeah, it's like I wrote a song. It said "Snowflake in Sarasota." It's a pretty good song. It's a very good lyrics to it. And then I wrote "Never Trust a Skinny Chef." So
yeah,
but I wrote those. You'll hear those if you sing it back and play it back. But
yeah, that was stupid. No, I don't eat anything I cook. That's just the dumbest thing ever.
I know, that's the whole point. It's like, shut up. So so when you cook your yellow poop, do you just throw it away and then order pizza? I mean, I'm sorry. That's just saying. She's made homemade pizza 3 weeks in a row. She's learning every time she has a different crust.
And then chefs don't measure anything, so they have to know how it tastes.
Correct.
They're not bakers. They're chefs.
Yeah.
They don't measure.
I'm sorry. I'll disagree with you about these gourmet hot dogs. Just give me a hot dog with some ketchup, mustard, and onions. I don't need this gourmet behavior. I'm sorry. It's a goddamn hot dog.
I know. I had me a Sam's hot dog for lunch.
Yep.
It was good. And it was $1.50 good.
Mm-hmm. Costco hot dogs are good. I know. I totally agree with you. But he's just he's a harmless troll. But he's very lonely. He's scared. He's living with his gerbil and his dog, and he's just kind of hanging out. And he's in love with her. I think it's a girl he's always wanted. He sees her on the internet. Here's the thing. He can see the food moving like he did last night when I was live. He could hear the food talking, you're talking, the food's moving. He see me moving last night. And he sees her moving and talking, the food. That's what he sees. He wants to touch the food. I think he wants to meet her. He wants to go to Virginia Beach, take her out to dinner, buy some groceries, and make her something. He wants to make his meal, just like he wants to go make Sarasota Tim, I mean, I think it'd be great to meet Squirrel Bay Parody and go have a beer with her somewhere. I think it'd be fun. I think she'd be a good shit. Would you not agree?
Well, has Life of Vibe made herself undateable?
Yes, I wouldn't.
Because of talk.
I wouldn't. I thought just the way she talks. Squirrel Bait sounds like she'd be a good shit. She sounds like she'd be fun. Where Life and Vibe, that voice and her way because with Life and Vibe, she's probably a nice person. You would never be able to do anything right for her. Nothing would be done right for her. No matter what you do for Valentine's, you wouldn't give her the gift. Wouldn't be enough. You know what I'm saying? Christmas.
And those two dogs aren't going to like you because they imprinted on her.
Right. Yeah. So
she's going to have two huge dogs that don't care for you.
Correct. Exactly. So Beef Stew is going to have to deal with that. But I think if Beef Stew could meet her and cook for her, and then that'd be in his realm. If he could actually go stalk Sarasota like he used to do, and go make him a meal. He even said that one day. He even said he'd love to cook for him. That's a bizarre thing to say, that you're gonna go that you want to cook for a YouTuber. That just shows the obsession is real. So I don't know.
Well, think about you and your dog. You're across the street with that other dog, and your dog's flipping out.
Yeah.
And she comes out, and she don't want the dog anywhere near you. I mean, so if you're not with the missus, and you're now with someone else, they ain't gonna like that person.
Right. Well, when we go around the block, I give treats out to their dogs, and she gets pissed. So I gave about 3 treats out today, and she just, she gets all mad because I give other dogs treats. It's like, well, that's the way she goes. She gets pissed. you know, she gets all mad because I gave her the dog's treats. Well, that's the way she works.
Yeah, so see, anybody that watches me could come into this house, and Fred would love them completely.
Right.
Fred has no. If you show Fred affection, he don't care who you are. You could be Jeffrey Dahmer, and Fred would love you.
How old is Freddie?
I don't know. He's rescued.
Oh, okay. Have you got him back yet, or is he still being held hostage someplace else?
He's still being held hostage,
Okay.
tied to a door or something. I don't know. But he's all right. He's all good. He's with Grandma. He's
Okay.
fine.
Well,
I just miss him completely.
Oh yeah, I bet when we used to had Sammy, our very first Pomeranian, we go on vacation. Her mom would come down, and we would give her to her, and she would be in. If they drove off, it was like she was like, "Oh, I'm going with Grandma. I don't care about Mom and Dad." You know, she would just. To her, it was like she was being adopted by Grandma, so she loved it when she'd go to Grandma while we were out of town. Same thing with Abby and Shelby. When she was alive, she would come and take them up to Randall, and they were like the same thing. Once they left, it was like, who's Mom and Daddy? You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, you know, no, see you later. So, because she would spoil Sammy. She was like about 6 when she died. She would feed her from the table, you know, whatever else, and all that kind of behavior. She'd go to Grandma's house, and she was meat spoiled rotten. She loved Grandma, so.
Yeah, I remember I did one video. One of my dogs was on the dining room table, and they flipped out, and I'm like, I'd let my dog drive my car if they wanted to.
Well, like when I have Bosco on the table when I'm cooking, people like, you know, say something. It's like, yeah, so what? He's on the table. While we're eating, he's on the table. He likes to like when we have fish or something, shrimp. He knows he comes to the table and I give him shrimp, and I feed him some shrimp as we go along. He loves fish, so don't worry about my cat or my dog being on my table. That's my business, you know. It's not a big deal. Some people get all. I mean, her mom was alive. That wouldn't be happening. She'd be off the deep end. But you know. But I was hoping Casey Grits would call the show. But
Yeah.
did you talk to JJ or not?
Still, yeah, I talked to JJ. We'll talk later about it. JJ, if he comes on the show, he just wants to talk about New York Dan, and he only wants to talk about New York Dan if Dan doubles down.
Oh, okay.
If Dan comes on and says, hey, you know, I don't know what I was talking about, I'm an idiot, and makes an apology, not makes an apology, but just says that he wasn't correct in doing what he did, JJ's willing just to let it go. Bygones be bygones.
But if he doesn't, he'll come on.
If New York Dan doubles down and says, well, I'm right and JJ's wrong, or whatever, JJ will come on because he wants it. And he'll just talk about that.
He can still come on.
JJ's only going to talk about Dan.
He can still come on right now and talk to him with me and leave. He can come on. I mean, he can come on right now. You can put me on hold and call him up and have him come on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, we haven't seen what Dan's going to do yet. Because he said if Dan doesn't double down, he doesn't want to come. He only wants to talk about Dan. He only wants to talk about Dan if it's still an issue.
Okay. Well, that's too good.
That's the only thing he wants to talk about. He wants to stay out of everything else, which I don't blame him.
Well, that's too bad. No, I could talk about Dan because the dimwit. That's what he is. He's the dimwit. He's such an idiot. That whole video is so good. I didn't realize that he actually got out of his car and showed his place. I didn't know he did that. I didn't because I didn't follow him. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw that, I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that actually happened.
I'm like, geez.
And that was like March. That hasn't even been a year yet.
I'm like, are you kidding me? Just like with Beef Stew, looking for him playing stupid, looking for him at Walmart. Same thing. Videotaping as he goes by him. It's like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? You know, I mean, it's just strange, you know? It's just bizarre. It's like me all of a sudden being in California, being in Arizona. I drive by Mark's house with my phone. You know, hey man, there's Old Man Nation. You know, just doing something strange. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, it's weird. You know.
Yeah.
It's just bizarre to do that. I'm like, I didn't know he actually did that.
And then, this all just was a big coincidence. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually got married to my wife 33 years ago. We just actually got married on just like that out of the blue. So, but it's as I say. Remember, it's not a lie just as long as you believe it to be the truth. You know what I'm saying? As long as you believe it to be the truth, Beef Stew will believe what he wants to believe. You know what I'm saying? That he's the best cook in the world.
It's possible, but it's unlikely.
It's unlikely. It's line in a line now, Beef Stew. We all, he can scream all he wants into the phone at me and call me names and swear like a. I still think Beef Stew got kicked out of school in 10th grade. They post-dated his diploma and say, get the hell out of here. Like here it is, leave. You can come back for the picture with your class reunion and, go get out and go be a shorter cook someplace with a 10-year chef. You know what I'm saying? And don't eat your own effing, okay? That was about the dumbest thing he ever said. He doesn't eat his own food. What are you talking about? You don't eat your own food. So do you order in Domino's Pizza every night, or what's the deal? I don't understand that, but
he cooks just fine.
Yeah, I know.
It's he could be on one of those chop shows or whatever.
Right.
He knows the lingo. He's got knife skills. Whatever.
I know. He's just too. He was in his realm last night. They're trolling right along when KC came in, and then my girlfriend came in, and then he was just responding to everything, calling me fat, which is funny, and everything else. And he was. I could have went for 4 hours, and he would have been there the whole time because he had nothing else to do. He's just sitting in his Rolling Thunder. I see that your boy Blind Views put Wandering Gypsy in his thumbnail.
I've not seen that yet.
Because she is getting off the road. She wants to have her own place. So I think he talked to her. I saw her. I listened to that video. It was like a 45-minute video she did yesterday. And I listened to half of it, in the background. She tried to be she's not making any money. That's the problem on YouTube. So she's got to get land and get a job. That's what she has to get.
Not that I'm an old fuddy-duddy, but the dreadlocks and the tattoos turned me on.
I totally agree. She's a good-looking woman. That's just too much. But, because she had said before she was going to work at an RV park. I had said in one video, so I thought she was going to work at an RV park and be stationary somewhere. But then all of a sudden she went down there to Arizona, so I hope it works out for her. And she needs to get a job because she's not making any money because her money got cut in half like everybody else on here, and you need to get 50,000 views per video to make money on here. So whatever. So I saw her in the thumbnail.
And then you're going to wind up in the trap where you're trying to do what makes money instead of doing what you want.
Correct. So I wish her well. I hope she gets a place to live and gets a job and she can just do YouTube on the side and go travel and come back. But she needs a regular income. So I get it. She wants to, because she used to be in that Jeep, and then she had a pull. Now she's got a bus. So whatever. She has her dog, which is kind of a difficult thing to do with a dog when you're trying to be an RVer. When you have an animal, a critter, it's a little tough. So I saw her in the thumbnail. I'm like, oh God, he probably talked about bunny pimps here and whatever he talked about. So whatever whatever Blind Views is talking about. So I don't know. So. Well, it's too bad, JJ. I thought he would come on the show. I'd love to have him talk about have him come on and talk about New York Canyon.
He doesn't want to get in controversy. If Dan doubles down, he'll come on just to talk about Dan, but he doesn't want to get involved in everything else.
Okay.
Because
Dinger would be fun to come on. The Dingling would be fun to get on. Have him come on. That would be fun to get him on.
Oh, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I know. He's too chicken to come on. He would be against.
I just talked to because Dingelinger's been MIA for a while, so I gave him a call, and he didn't. I called him Saturday, and he didn't answer. I left a message, and he never called me back. And then JJ told me about that today, and then I'm like, he never called me back, and. So then I was a little bit concerned like JJ. So I called him up. He's just got a cold. He's sick.
Okay.
But he's fine. I should say, Casey Grits bought him a bunch of coffee so he could pay for his prescriptions.
What?
That was all good.
So you can buy him a coffee.
It's coffee.
He's
But
he's enabling a YouTuber. That's what he's doing, Casey Grits.
no. Casey Grits always gives Dinger shit because Dinger has buy me a coffee.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, that's right.
So the joke is Casey Grits bought him a bunch of coffees so he could go get his medication. But it's just a joke. Dinger's a veteran. He's got great insurance.
Yeah.
He's completely taken care of.
I hope so. I don't know why. So I don't know why he needs to buy him a coffee. I don't know what that's all about.
We want to make sure our veterans are well taken care of.
Our government doesn't anymore. That's the problem. They don't take care of them. If you get hurt in battle, you better be careful. They don't give two pumps. So that's the problem.
Yeah, but there's a lot of charities and stuff.
Here's the way I look at it. They shouldn't have to have charities. We should be able, it's just to be taken care of. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have wounded warriors.
I agree 100%.
No, I've always said we shouldn't need that. Need it. Like I told Ted, if you're a veteran, you be able to walk into a hospital with your credit card, and they bill the government. You walk in. You're in line, okay. What's wrong with you? Whatever, and then they bill the government because I know they have the VAs. But if you're a veteran, you got your veteran card. You should walk in the hospital, and they're like, "Put your money away. We got you." Yeah, that's what it should be, but they don't. It's just I know during Bush's, he closed a lot of VAs throughout the country, so it pisses me off that we have to have all this. Stuff for our veterans where it's like they have to fight for what they've earned. You have to have all these. Yeah. It just pisses me off when I see that. You have to have a Wounded Warriors program, building houses for the people. It drives me insane. It shouldn't have to. It just.
I know. I agree completely.
It irritates me that we have to constantly.
Sometimes my wife would bemoan it because she was at Home Depot and all the veterans were coming in, but. I don't. If you serve for our country, you should, whatever is available, you should get.
Well, look, Agent Orange in Vietnam, and then also the pits that they were burning in Iraq. All the things they inhaled in there. That was a lot of problem with the nervous systems. They don't want to pay on that. And it just pisses me off. It's like, God forbid you get injured. Oh, we can't have that. What do you mean you lost a leg? God, what the hell happened to you? You can't have that. It just drives me insane. I don't know. It just you have to have all this wounded warrior behavior, and it just they can't. They have to fight for their benefits and everything else, and they cut the benefits and whatever else, and That's why I don't like. That's why I don't like.
Fine, he's not coming on the show, and if we need to blame anybody, we can blame Stewie.
Well, it's just like I don't like GI because it's what that is, general issue. You know what I'm saying? GI, or it's government issue. Government issue. It's called GI. Because that's what that means, government issue. You know what I'm saying? You're a GI. You're a government issue.
Look at the Roman soldiers. You're cog in the machine, but Rome took care of their veterans,
right?
To some extent,
right? I totally.
They just didn't want them coming home and living in the city because they were a problem.
Correct.
Because they know how to kill people.
Did you watch any of that Daytona 500? Did you watch the end of that or not?
No, I think we talked about that earlier today.
Okay.
My understanding is there's always a crash in the last.
Always. I went and listened to Morning. She literally sounded like she's ready to cry. It wasn't what she expected. I'm like, come on, girl. So
yeah,
it's like
But from what I've heard, if you were expecting no crashes in the last lap, that was an unrealistic.
Yeah, it's unrealistic because, like I said, beginning of the thing, he made that move down. The guy who won it, he made the move down at the last second, and then he took off, and all of a sudden, the second place guy got picked off, so he went in clean. I mean, it was like I loved it as they didn't throw the yellow. They let him race to the end, which is nice. So that made it a great race. The last minute and a half, whatever the hell it took to get to the end. They didn't pull out the guy goes, they haven't thrown the yellow light. They didn't do it. So someone was smart. Like, I'm not throwing it. I'm not throwing the yellow. So they ran.
You don't want the referee to decide the game.
Correct. So they let it go, which I was really shocked, but they let it go. And then they had another accident at the end. So it tore up a lot of vehicles. But like I said, when you win the Daytona 500, they put your car on display for a whole year, so you lose it. If it's a really good car, you lose the son of a bitch. So
Don't they have like 5 cars?
yeah, but yeah, they do. But the bottom line is, if it's a really good car, you lose it. And that's they do sometimes. I mean, I think, like, when I talked about this on the show, I think they probably have 2 different haulers, because sometimes they have to backtrack to go like to North Carolina. So they probably have 2 car haulers that go back and forth. Because when we were at the Arizona race, somebody got in a car accident like on the 15th or 20th lap and just got totaled. They literally packed up their hauler was leaving. They were leaving. It's within about a half hour of being towed away. They had that hauler and they were gone. So as guys get out of the race, they will leave. They pack up their stuff and leave because they're going the next race. So yeah, they have. Yeah,
That makes sense.
they get the hell
Same
out.
thing with tennis. Same thing with tennis players.
Yeah, they just leave.
Once they're out of the tournament, they go. They don't stick around
Correct.
to watch the final. Or
Yeah, they leave. But it was funny to watch in Arizona, man. They were just, it was nighttime. They were just taking off and they were gone, man. They get their haulers and they leave. Well, I was talking before. I mean, when Troy Aikman and Roger Staubach tried to have their own NASCAR show about 15, 20 years ago, they realized it wasn't easy they thought it was. Where Jordan connected with people that know how to race, and he goes around does the e-begging for people to sponsor. You know what I'm saying? Jordan walks in and asks, so Jordan knows how to go talk to people, so they use his clout to
how
say.
are you going to say no? How are you going to say no to Michael Jordan?
Correct. So, and that race will be big for the brand that they won the big race. So people will now come to them and give them money, and they just need to get better engines and wherever else. And so, I mean, it's a great thing to have a nobody win that Great American Race, and but. I'm not a big NASCAR guy, but it was fun to watch. It was kind of anticlimactic because a no name that no one knew about won. It wasn't like a lot of other guys that I do know didn't win. Was it? He raced for Home Depot. What the hell was his name again? Joey Logano. I think his name is Logano. Kind of, he's like he's like the main guy now in NASCAR. He was getting closer, but it was a great race. I really enjoyed it. The first 10 and then the last 10. So when I got done talking to you, I watched. Bosco is sitting on my face. I'm trying to watch the race. I'm like, this is not working. You got to get off my chest. It's like, listen, first of all, okay, I'm sitting there laying there, and it was maybe 20 or something. She goes, he's going to fall. You're going to fall. I said, no, I'm going to fall asleep. I'm watching NASCAR. So he walked over, tried to bite my hand because I wasn't petting him, and then he walked back over, pretty soon I got my stomach, and he just laid right on my face. So I had to look around him, while he's purring in my face to watch the race. And then I got down the last lap. I just got up and I said, I'm sorry, we're going to end this behavior. And I had to watch because he was right at my face. I could barely see the race. You get an 18-pound tabby kitty on your face. It's not very fun.
Yeah.
And he's a big kitty. So he's laying on there whining, pissing, moaning, purring like he owns my face. I'm like, listen, because we have a 50-inch TV we got for free from her job, and we rarely get a chance to watch. I don't really watch it very much in the room, so I haven't watched that TV in 2 years. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
it was fun, but it was enjoyable. But so what do you think about the Nomadic Fanatic little jail thing I see your boy Blind Views did? I watched him. I would listen to his. He's trying to take credit. It's all his fault that he got in the fight or something. It's like it's not. It's like I don't know. He's trying to take that it's his fault that the fight happened. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Blind Views isn't Nomad. Is never going to go to Arizona.
Right.
What does he care other than he doesn't like Tater?
Right.
Because Tater wouldn't be his friend.
Correct. But it's just, and here's the whole thing. You've even said you have his address. People have sent you the address. So he has his address. Because he even said it one day. People have sent him his address. And I get Tater talks, but he does a lot of stuff behind the scenes, like it or not. Blind Views does a lot of stuff behind the scenes with his buddies. You know what I'm saying? They exchange emails. They talk on the phone. You know, all his friends. They chat on the... He chats with all these people, the haters, call him and tell him what's going on, you know. So...
I think he's genuine when he says, don't go visit Tater, don't go out there.
I understand.
I know where he's living, but I think he's genuine about that. And Tater gives hints of where he lives, but in reality, anybody with half a brain, if they wanted to know where Tater is, within a half an hour to an hour could know.
Oh, I know. I have better things to go see Tater. He does not seem like a nice man. He's not the kind of guy I want him to be my friend. I'm not friend with the felons in the first place, but Tater does not come off as a nice guy. If you have something for him, like money or clout, he'd be my friend. If I was somebody which I had connections like to working on vehicles or something, yeah, he'd be my friend. You know what I'm saying? If I was a big YouTuber, or if I was like, let's say I had my own mechanic shop or something here in Minnesota or something, I was, and I'm a YouTuber traveling around the United, and I know how to work on things. Yeah, he'd want to be my buddy because I could give him something. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Just like I said with Wonder Hussy, if I was giving her money, like $500 at a time, yeah, she'd come on my show. She would, because I have something. She'd get something from me. You know what I'm saying? So,
is that why Blind Views is so upset? Nobody wants to be his friend because he can't give him anything.
Probably. He's living his lifestyle, what he wants to do. He wanted to be part of that. He wanted to be. I'm friends with Nomadic Fanatic because he's up on the food chain, right? And that's what he wants to be. He wants to be that. So it's no different if I'm friends with Carpetbagger or the Daily Woo, and then they turn on me, right? And they like Carpetbagger turns on me, I get all mad at Carpetbagger. Like that's happened with Carpetbagger, and same thing with Yankee in the South. There's like two channels that just constantly talk about those guys. They constantly, every day come out with a video bitching about the Yankee in the South. The Yankee in the South. I mean, because they probably at one time turned on them. I have no idea, but they're so obsessed with them. It's this obsession with the Yankee in the South. Will and Dawn is. You know who they are by any chance? The Yankee in the South. They're these two channels. Just they constantly watch their stuff and they put it up, and they constantly watch them, and it's nonstop. So because they probably at one time gave him some money and they didn't say thank you, or I don't know. It's just nonstop with these people. They just get so pissed.
I've heard Blind Views has like helped new lady channels, get monetized, and then once they get monetized, they don't talk to him anymore.
I don't blame him. I wouldn't. I would.
And he's jaded by that.
Of course. Well, if I was what's her name, Wandering Gypsy, I wouldn't want him talking about me either. But I don't blame the girls. I mean, thanks for the love. Like he talked about this on one of his streams, that he was going to promote, let's just say you, right? But then you came over and talked smack. So he goes, well, I'm not going to talk about it now because he came over and, it's like you can't disrespect the king, because if he's going to anoint you one of his Blind Views YouTubers, you have to be appreciative for him and do the old I'm Blind Views, that's the way I see it, you know what I'm saying, and shout him out in a video, because then he gets all giddy when someone shouts him out. Oh my, I got a shout out, like when Tater put that picture of him in there down in the basement, right? He got all giddy about it. Then my girlfriend used it for a thumbnail, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's like he got all giddy. That is lieutenant now. What's his name? The hell's that one guy in Canada? He's been jumping on that wagon. You know what I'm saying? With Nomadic Fanatic. So.
Yeah, see, like Tater, I wouldn't care. With Camper Van Kevin, I would, because I love his 4 dogs. There's 3 dogs now.
So does he not like Camperman Dan? The Camperman Kevin, does he not like him or what?
I don't know, Camper Van Kevin's kind of lumped in with Tater, but Camper Van Kevin hasn't made any videos, so there's nothing to talk about.
But I thought he was someone was a troublemaker with him he didn't like. It was somebody he was stirring up the pot with Nomadic.
Yeah, that was Camper Van Kevin.
Okay, so he was all mad because he was mad because he was stirring up problems. So you can't.
It all went down because Blind Views hearted a comment.
Correct.
I heart every comment.
I do the same thing. I do the same thing.
Comes in. So that way you don't. Oh, he hearted this comment. He didn't heart this comment. I heart every comment.
I do too. So
and I heart it because you took the time to scribble something, watch my stuff, and scribble something out. I can take the time to give you a heart.
I totally agree.
Even if I don't agree with it.
Correct. But he has said before. So that's it. Well, that just shows. I mean, we were down this road before with Nomadic Fanatic. He just shows how thin skin he has. That he's watching other people's comments on him. It's like, really? I heard him say that one day because he hearted a channel. So then he got butthurt with him. So that's how that happened. And he was mad because he was in his trailer.
Which say someone, I don't know, say someone somewhere said something, called you a snowflake. And then I heart it.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I'm never going to be friends with you again, Karl, because you hearted that I was a snowflake. Mm-hmm. And you know I don't like being called a snowflake. You know that.
I don't care to be called snowflake. I just think it's the phrase is to me.
I know, but that's like what they got broken up over.
Right.
And I'm like, that would be ridiculous. And if you did break up with me because of that, I would be like, whatever, dude.
Forget it.
If you're going to be that sensitive.
Because it was pretty funny during the COVID. I had two people call me a snowflake because I got the shot. Well, both those guys died of the disease. So it was me and her decided to get the shot together. We did it, and I don't regret it. And the two people that called me snowflake are both dead. Okay? I don't really care. But if you're going to say that word, make sure you know what it means. And I'm far from a snowflake, sweetheart. I'm far from. That's why it's like, what are you talking about? A snowflake? I haven't heard that in 4 years, at least. Maybe 3. Yeah, 3.
But that's pretty much it. Someone called Hater a snowflake, and Blind View just hearted it.
Right.
And then it all went crazy.
Because I remember that I was in his camper. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ! It's like, oh my God. I met Sarah. I met Wonder Hussy. I met her in Vegas. I mean, come on. We sat together and I bought her a drink. We're supposed to be friends.
What's that leather jacket you have? Couple let me wear his leather jacket.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, I got to wear the leather jacket.
Yep.
You know, whatever.
I know but see, that's it. It's when your whole life is YouTube, and that's what Blind Views is. He doesn't go anywhere unless he's got to go to Costco or he goes to Florida for her family. His whole life is sitting in front of that screen watching other YouTubers and comments on them. That's what he does. He watched what he did. He watched Wandering Gypsy yesterday, and he watched other people. Whoever he talked about in the video, I have no idea. He talked about it. Again, it's the update on people that no one cares about, and that's what he did. And then he did the video.
Did he talk about Bunny and she's doing a great
job? He probably did. I have no idea. He probably did. I call it Bunny Pimps here. So he probably talked about her and her remodel. You know, he was all. I love that when he backhanded her because she didn't do it the way he wanted her to do when she was putting up wallpaper. Listen, there's no tricks or tips. My wife did the whole basement by herself in 2 days. Because I go, I need to help your ass. She did it herself. She put it up, read some directions, and did the whole basement by herself, and did just fine.
I got done faster because you weren't helping.
It's just this idea that he's watching who can't see, and I'll repeat it. Yeah, I know my girl squirrel baits out there that I repeat myself. He can't see, but boy, can he see cat hair and can he see something put up wallpaper and then bitch about it? You know, that's what just.
Yeah, I've heard. I think if you take a 10-inch sewer pipe and put it in front of his face, that's what he sees.
Yeah, he can see.
From what everything I've seen and what he says he sees, That's as near as I can tell.
Well, look at Thursday nights when the brown shirts are there. He's reading those chat rooms, looking back and forth, giggling with that cackle, making laughter, seeing, reading. Whoever comes in, he's watching. He can read everything. He's just fine. He does just fine.
I think why he reads everything slow is to make sure it's not like a backhanded compliment, or it's not, someone's saying something, but it's not what they're saying.
Well, like he did call the show. He's not learning to look at it first. 'Cause I do the same.
Yeah.
I do the same thing when I'm looking at my chat room. I kind of read it first to make sure I'm not reading anything stupid. But I mean, I'll read it and kind of look at it and read it anyways. But so when he got triggered that one day, call the show, and this is the only show, So he got triggered on that. That was pretty funny. Someone did that to call the show, and he got all triggered on that.
Yeah.
He's the only show, I guess. Well, one-way street, sweetheart.
Although JJ did let me know. She's like, Karl, blind views isn't blind. Oh, really, JJ?
We know that. We know that. We've known that. We've known that. He's just.
He likes that because, like, sometimes on my video, I'll be like, get like really close to the camera and go, shh, just between us.
Yeah.
Blind views isn't blind.
Yeah. He always likes to get really close to the screen when he does his videos too. Why are you so close to your screen? I never understand why he does that. When he gets so close to the screen, I don't get it. But
yeah, sometimes I'll get close to the screen and I'm like, do you like that? Do you like that, Cowpote?
yeah,
Get close to the screen, and then I'll be like, I see Dinger. He's right down there in the corner.
Yep. But
Dinger's always doing that. I see you guys over there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there you are.
There you are.
Yeah. A good old dingling. But that video of him and New York Daniel will be the best when they were sitting in Denny's, and the look on his face was like, oh my God, what are you doing here? I mean, that was New York Daniel was on his stalking vacation. We'll see how New York Dan will respond to that to JJ. So I think he's formulating he's right, because he's formulating something, or what he'll do, maybe he'll just ignore it because he knows he is wrong. You know what I'm saying? He may just ignore the whole thing. He may just.
I don't know if Dan is wrong about the taking a real photograph of somebody you don't have permission and then AIing it.
He is true. You can't put it in there like that. You're not supposed to do that because
well, it's just like I can hit you. I mean, I physically can, but I'll be in trouble if I do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you can, but whether that's actionable or not, of course, and then the person will probably have to sue you. But I don't know if that. I don't know what I just don't know the answer to that. I don't know if that's right or that's wrong.
Well, he's trying to find excuses to what's his name, and and doesn't realize his behavior, which he did in the past, going down and seeing Sarasota Tim, actually standing outside his place, is just as bad as whatever he was accusing him was. So it's like make sure your steps are clear. Make sure before you start bitching about somebody else's stuff, make sure your stairway is clean. So
don't throw stones at rocks, blast houses.
Correct. So, I didn't realize he got that close to him. I didn't realize because he showed the video getting out of his car. I'm like, are you really kidding me? I'm like, wow. It'd been great to have Sarasota Tim come up with a bat. Just take a bat after him. It'd been hilarious.
I know, but you know what Sarasota Tim fan I am. So when he did that, I was like, oh, that's so cool. But it was,
because I know Morning was getting all upset. I remember her getting all upset that he was going down there. She was getting so bitter about that. She was getting very, very upset.
Yeah, because he's got pew-pews.
So she was getting all upset that New York Daniel was going down and seeing her boyfriend. So I remember she was probably jealous that she didn't have the guts to do it. Drive out to Sarasota Tim and I'm here to change you. Morning. So I could see Morning and Beef Stew going to his house together, making him dinner. Those two, I can see those two kids doing that, going to Sarasota Tim. especially Beef Stew. Beef Stew will go and see him. I guarantee it. Beef Stew will. He will. He will go see Sarasota Tim. We know he will. But
as a lark, I would think it'd be funny, but
yeah, well,
I don't know.
But you don't know how Sarasota Tim's going to respond. And Beef Stew would probably start crying if he wanted to kick his ass, because Beef Stew wouldn't know what to do because what do they always?
I know he watches me.
Right? Oh, he does.
Yeah, I know he watches me.
Because what do they always say? Never meet your heroes. They always say. I mean, so if Beef Stew was to meet Sarasota Tim, his hero, he'd be like in tears. He'd be, and then all of a sudden,
you know how in my videos at times I'll talk directly to Tim.
Yes.
Well, I've heard he's been there when I've done that, and he's like, "Ooh," you know.
Right.
Oh, you know, I'm watching him.
Yeah, he watches people. That's what he's again, Sarasota Tim. What I think about him, I think he obviously makes content all day long. That's what he does, and then he watches his haters. Which I think Daily Woo would listen to Passing Through Productions occasionally if he had time, because he would do things to troll them, which is funny. He would say things and do things to troll Passing Through Productions. So he would troll the troll, but the way he would do it subtle, it was pretty funny. So he would do stuff. He would say stuff because he kind of enjoyed it, and he never struck a channel in his life. Daily Woo never did, because he Passing Through Productions kept him relevant. If it wasn't for Passing Through Productions, Carpetbagger would know about him anymore. And same thing with Daily Woo. He was at where he was at because they constantly talked about him. That's what they constantly did. Now that he's dead, who else are they going to talk about? Carpetbagger's boring. So is Tampa J. You know what I'm saying? They're boring. You know, the Woo was the Woo. I mean, that's just you just can't replace that kind of.
I know you liked him. I didn't see anything there. I'd watched.
With who?
I'd watched the Woo. I didn't.
No, I didn't watch him all the time. I didn't. It the best thing about him is when he did walk and talks. When he would talk about whatever, and if he did a 20-minute video someplace, like when he went to abandoned places, he was very good at that. I never followed the Woo. I maybe saw 20 videos of his stuff. His walk and talks were epic because he'd walk around and talk about, you know, what was going on in his life, you know, whatever, and he would kind of, you know, things kind of go, you know, what is he going to, that was kind of fun, because it's like with Wonder Hussy, her live streams are legendary because she's funny, you know what I'm saying, and she's telling what's going on in her life, and she's explaining things, and she's having fun, you know what I'm saying. She's actually entertaining to listen to after the fact. She's actually one of the better live streamers I've seen on YouTube. She just
check this out. Life and Vibe 4 hours ago. This attorney shut his doors and stiffed his client $700.
Who's that? You?
Life and Vibe. She just did a 39-second hit piece on me.
Oh Jesus! Are you serious?
Yeah, she did.
Oh, God.
I'm just looking at her thumbnail.
Let me see here now. Is it a short? Or is it...
and she's in her thumbnail. She's got a picture of me with my doubles partner with me in Santa outfit.
Oh my God! So okay, the attorney shut the doors and stiffed his client. Oh wow! Yeah, she's. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I see. No, she's.
JJ asked me if I'm not going to go after her personally as a nurse. I'm not going to go there. She can just keep swinging. I'll show her the other cheek. Wow. But like I told everybody, I told them how to spell my name, and if you want to go see all this stuff, you can read it for yourself.
That's it. Again, you're in 2 thumbnails back to back. That's obsession. I mean, I talk about people too as well, and I get it. That's obsession. She has somebody. Who's the guy with you? Who's that guy?
That's my doubles partner.
Okay, for what?
In tennis.
Okay, so he's
tennis.
That's.
He's a. Well, I mean, to everybody else, he's a nobody. To me, he's my doubles partner.
He's your friend.
Playing tennis.
That's I get
We've
it.
been playing tennis for 30 years. You know.
I'm a casual.
She didn't have permission to put him in there.
I totally agree with you. I was going to say the same thing. She had no right to put him in there. It's nothing to do with him. It's you.
Or she could have blurred out his face.
Yeah, but she ain't going to do that.
It has nothing to do with anything.
I know, but that's how she's. You got her triggered. That's the beauty of her is that you got her triggered. They told me being triggered, but
and now I've shown people how nasty she is.
Yeah, she's pissed off that you come on my show. We have an intelligent conversation, which she listens to. You know what I'm saying? She just can't handle that, so she's gonna go after you and go for it. I mean, she's keeping she's keeping you in the public eye. That's what she's doing.
And this thing that she's showing, I don't know which one it is, but these are all up there. And what I like to tell people is I could pay money and have that taken down, but I'm not going to.
Correct. Yeah, you could give.
Yeah, and I made mistakes as an attorney. Physicians make mistakes.
Correct.
That's why there's malpractice.
Carl, you're not perfect. Okay, don't apologize.
Yeah,
don't apologize to me. Don't apologize to me. You don't need to.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that. I mean, we all make poor choices in our life. Just admit you make, like I said before, when you start taking accountability for poor choices, you'll correct it. If you say you made a mistake, yeah, you F up. You do that. You try to do your best in anything you do. I mean, and she's just pissed because like we've talked on the live stream. We'll talk about it again today. She's just pissed because you're not being a total a-hole, which I can be towards people. You're trying to be. You talk about Sarasota Tim. You don't play his stuff back, which she can't handle that you're not going at hard on him. She can't handle that, and that you come on my show, the Boys Club. She would never come on here because she doesn't have the guts to come on and give her a side opinion. She would never come on my show.
Yeah,
never.
Publicly, there's only two issues I'm going after about. Privately, like between you and me, when we talk privately, there's more than that, but I'm not going to go there.
Right? No, I know. That's just to put you in the thumbnail with somebody else, and you don't never trust a lawyer, and it just shows that she's a triggered, lonely woman. She's triggered.
Yeah.
And go for it, man. I mean, go for it. I mean, it's just.
Well, and the feedback I've gotten is like, wow, she is really nasty.
Yeah, she's a man-hating, nasty woman. She is. We've talked about this before. Say I'm triggered. Really, this woman is off the deep end. This woman's absolutely crazy. I mean, putting you with somebody.
And as far as she knows, the only thing I ever did was say that she was too negative to her trolls.
Yeah.
And she's gone after me this hard.
Yeah, she's got thin skin, very, very thin skin, very, very thin. She can't handle when you go into her chat room. Like I said, beef stew last night. I don't hate the guy, but he was going, calling me names. That's fine. Calling me fat and whatever. That's fine. I let him go. I don't care. It'd be like me blocking him. That's it, beef stew. You're not coming in my chat room anymore. I let him have fun for 90 minutes. You know what I'm saying? He was having the time of his life. You know what I'm saying? As long
and if you're gonna call someone that, you're doing it to hurt their feelings. You're not. That's no constructive criticism.
Right. I'm not no skinny mini. Trust me. We all know that.
I'm not saying your feelings were hurt about that, but if you said something like that, the only reason for saying.
Right.
It's the husband of feelings.
It just made me laugh, but whatever. Anyways, Karl, we're at the.
I'll call you a snowflake, but I'm just kidding.
Oh, I know. That's fine. Now, I was far from offended of it, but when he typed it in, I'm like, snowflake. I haven't seen that since COVID. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen that since COVID. So that's why I was like, really?
Yeah.
Because I was telling somebody at work today, we were talking about someone. I said, I was doing a live stream yesterday, and someone called me a snowflake. He goes, "You a snowflake, cowboy?" He goes, "You're the farthest from it." He goes, "You could be an a-hole, but," he goes, "you're the most generous kind of person I ever know." He goes, "Why do you call it?" He goes, he was saying I was fat. He goes, "I don't. Who is this guy?" And I told him. He goes, he's an idiot. And I go, I know. And I was talking to Rachel, she's an electrician, and I said, "Hey, here's from your snowflake." She goes, "What do you mean?" And I told her the same thing. She's a really sweet lady. She's a sweetheart, beautiful. I'd date her tomorrow. She goes, "Cowboy, you're not a snowflake." And I go, "I know," but it was just funny when he said it, because I'm like, "What are you talking about, a snowflake? Call me an a-hole, that's fine, but a snowflake?" I'm like, oh my God. I don't know. Sometimes name calling makes me laugh when I'm calling me a snowflake. Yeah. It's like, okay, you go right ahead and call me a snowflake. You go right ahead. And then I'm triggered. Triggered is when you threaten people, and she's triggered right now life and vibe. She's triggered.
Yeah.
Because she's putting you in there.
I'm gonna comment and say, can you please blur out my tennis partner's face? He has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, but she won't. She's just so bun-hurt by you. She'll probably.
We're gonna see if she deletes that comment though.
Yeah, she'll. Well, she lied about my about the comment. She deleted the comment I made. She deleted mine and claimed and then she claimed she screened it. She bold-faced lied. So yeah, to put somebody else in there, it just shows she's so blindly triggered by you because of what you've said on my show, and that you're not going deep enough. That's a very bun-hurt, lonely woman in Virginia Beach, and it is what it is. But Karl,
I'm just pointing out how nasty she is.
I know. As usual, great conversation. And I appreciate you coming on. Enjoy your girlfriend tonight. Save her for everybody else. Don't love her up too much. Tell her I said hello, but don't say hi. Okay.
Okay, maybe only a couple love bombs.
Thank you, Karl.
All right.
There he goes. It's always nice to have Karl come on. I'm at that 90-minute, but 190. But anyway, my name is Jeff, and Fear Mongering Radio, Beef Stew, and everybody else out there. We appreciate very, very much. Don't trust it. Let me see this. Sounds like real quick. Hang on.
He's got perfect abs, but his pasta's sad. Plates look pretty, but they taste like mad. Give me flour on your shirt, butter on your bread. If you're counting every calorie, what you gonna test? Never trust a skinny chef. If you don't eat your own love, who will? I want fingerprints in the frosting sauce on the seal. If you ain't licking that spoon to the end, I'm sending it back to the left, 'cause I never trust a skinny chef. Trust a skinny chef. If you don't eat your own love, who will? I want fingerprints in the frosted sauce on the seal. If you ain't licking that spoon to the end, I'm sending it back to the left, 'cause I never trust a skinny chef. Seconds, thirds, stories on the stove. Laugh so hard that the soup overflows. If your joy's not dripping down your chin, down your vest, how you gonna teach my heart what comfort is? Never trust a skinny chef. If you don't eat your own love, who will? I want fingerprints in the frosting sauce on the seal. If you ain't licking that spoon to the end, I'm sending it back to the left, 'cause I never trust a skinny chef.
That's a pretty good song. That was pretty good. Never trust a skinny chef. So, anyways, but let me see what we have here. Let me listen to Life and Vibe real quick here. See what she has to say about him real quick. No. She told you, Cowpote. What's this? What's it told you? You, Cowpote. Oh yeah. Yeah, okay. But about me, the live stream that my podcast, like people talk. I know what I'm doing. Life and Vibe. Here we go. Life and Vibe. Let me see what he has to say about Karl here. Let me see here now. View channel, the video. Let's see what she has to say. So she's just typing.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Oh, so she's just 2.5 from peers. That's nothing special. So all it is just she's putting up stuff. That's nothing special. That's nothing special. Anyways. Oh, Trigger City. Anyways, let's do this. That's Eyes of Glory. Remember the military men of the armed forces. We always appreciate your services, fine, fine country. Congratulations on the win in the Daytona 500. Michael Jordan. Great last lap. We had the time of our lives. We talked about storming those beaches. On D-Day, we got dragged in and they capitulated to Japan. Forgotten war. Vietnam War, 58th. We have a convicted felon, adjudicated rapist up on the Donald J. Trump. Who's a draft dodger, just like Bill Clinton. He has a fat feet, plays an awful lot of golf. All the wars. Balls on this side of oak trees. Air Force, Army, the Marine, the Navy, the American Coast Guard. They're in and out of uniform. I appreciate your service to this fine, fine country. Would you shower in the shower of Penn State? I would not shower in the shower of Penn State. Beef Stew said he would, and so was Sven Johnson. He shall not be named. Women marry before you carry. You carry the groceries. AIDS will kill you. Herpes lasts forever. Needle in the penis. You don't like two men having sex? You can't watch two women. Not a very Christian thing to be doing. Put a condom on, please. Adoption's the option. I think no show tomorrow. No fear-mongering tomorrow. NFL show on Wednesday, so whatever it may be. Don't drink and drive. Call us and murder some on the phone. My name is Jeff. Presentation of Speculation Sports and Fear-Mongering Radio. From the poor side, I'm going to talk on the 16th of February 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, Fear-Mongering Radio, we are